my slips, my falls, my trials and tribulations, my heart, my balls, my somebody stop, somebody come and get me. Little did I know that the Lord was riding with me. The dark, the light, my heart, the fight, the wrong, the right is gone.
Hey, what's going on out there, YouTube family? This is Yumyulack here representing Team JVS. I am back here again for another overview, Season 1 review for the Hulu series, co-directed by Justin Roiland from Rick and Morty and so many other things himself, Solar Opposites. So Solar Opposites has this technical family in Terry, Korvo, Yummy, and the sister Jessie. Now, technically, Yummy and Jessie are technically replicants, and they're not really actually siblings in any way, shape, or form. And then, technically, Terry and Korvo, they're partners trying to go to Earth and essentially raise this pupa to go and essentially annihilate Earth as it is, because their home planet got destroyed. Now, the beginning of the season, I think the first 2 episodes of the season, I think were okay. I think the first episode was pretty funny because it got me to get engaged with who these characters are, what they're capable of, how they organically communicate. What I mean by that is, like, do they have like any relation to each other? Like, are any of them in a relationship, or any of them like connected by the same exact character traits as a normal human? And honestly, I found out they aren't. Like, they don't have any kind of like relationship with each other. They don't have like any kind of like human understanding of relationship or communication. They do want to be loved. They do want to be liked. They really don't really interact very well, but they do function technically as a family. And the pupa is this yellow blob that just goes and crawls around, and the pupa is a highlight. The pupa is hilarious. Like, it's probably one of the funniest characters that don't say much, that does the most engaging, interesting things. And one of the things I love about Rick and Morty from Justin Roiland and Dan Harmon and their crew is they find ways of finding the most weirdest, smallest characters and making them the highlights of the series. Like, I mean, Mr. Poopy Butthole would probably be a highlight, you know what I'm saying? Noob would be a highlight. Definitely the Meeseeks are highlights. And there are different other random like characters and things that kind of show up in this series throughout as well that make it very entertaining. Like the Gooblers. So the Gooblers are things that come out of the aliens when they get really stressed out. But unbeknownst to us, there are Gooblers that come out of them that are not just nice and kind and roll around, but some of them, like, they get really high stress, are dangerous. You get to find out that Korvo is a genius. He's very intellectual, very smart, but he also is very hard on himself. He's very, like, I don't know, introverted. And Terry is definitely the extrovert. Now, the thing about Korvo, Korvo's real devotion is to go and to complete the mission and get off of Earth. But he also wants Earth to accept him in any way, shape, or form that he can. It reminds me of Invader Zim a lot. If, like, Invader Zim mixed with a little bit of Dexter from Dexter's Laboratory in terms of just genius level intellect mixed with, like, you know what, if the humans die, it is what it is. But neither Korvo or Terry go out of their way to try to actually really truly harm humans. Now, the 2 younger ones, the 2 replicates, that might be a little different. Because Jessica, she's very much so like Jessie is a nice young girl. Like, she really is. She's really just a nice young alien. Like, she really doesn't want to hurt anybody. Like, she really actually cares about the humans, and like, she's just a nice, bubbly character. But the problem is that she knows what they're there for. She understands what the capability of her technical sibling is, and as well the people that are upbringing her. And it's like, if something happens, it happens. It is what it is. And she'll roll with it, you know, to go along with her family. Which is funny because this is very contrary to, oh my gosh, I forgot her name, man. I've been looking at too much of this from Rick and Morty, Morty's sister. Very, very opposite of Morty's sister in a lot of different ways. Now, Yumyulack, he doesn't. He honestly has to be a replicant of Korvo because he disdains humans. Like he goes and kidnaps them and just has them be in his wall. Like before, like the very first episode, they literally go and take this girl that was bullying people and just like dissect her, like, and just mess her up. Now that's why I said that technically Jesse does go and get involved in some really messed up stuff, but at the same time, there's levels to what she would do. But Yumyulack don't care. Like Yumyulack will kill any human if they feel as though. Now he does have levels of remorse, and he definitely is a closet lover of humans. But at the same time, like, you'll see that this is very much so on the rated R side. Like this show has language. It's got very grotesquely violent imagery, accidental, terrible deaths. Like it is really hardcore. It's pretty hardcore at times. But then it can be very funny. Like there was definitely some highlight episodes. But the most interesting thing about this to me were actually the humans. Honestly, like it's weird because it's the complete opposite of Rick and Morty. Because in Rick and Morty, like the aliens and the different species are the most interesting parts about Rick and Morty, and there's the family's relation and communication with them. In this one, it's the polar opposite. You got the aliens here and the humans that they interact with. Like you got like random humans that they interact with. Where the teacher, for instance, the teacher and the principal for Jesse and Yumyulack, they just despise these aliens, and they just like are really racially biased. But then they have like this weird pseudo relationship, and it's just so grimy and nasty and hilarious. Then you have like, you know, the people that are part of the town and the town council, and different kids that are part of the school. But then the most interesting humans are the ones that Yumyulack has degraded as being less than stellar in his opinion, and he's put them in his wall. That whole arc is the highlight of this season to me. There is one episode, I think it's like the seventh? Yeah, the seventh episode. Like everything that they kind of laid a foundation with everything that was going on within the wall and the confounds of what these people were, where basically Yumyulack basically said that all these people are terrible people. All of it gets contested. Like all of it gets almost justified. Like you ask yourself and you question, like, man, you know what? Maybe people did deserve to be here because like it goes there and it's so hardcore and it's such a good story. Like it's compelling. It's very specific. They go through different because when they get in there initially, like I mean, little by little, like they only getting fed the stuff that Justin's giving them, which is candy. Like it's not any protein. It's not any kind of like good like nutrients or anything like that. And most of these people are already hostile people anyway, and so they're having to coexist and survive either with or against each other. And like the whole revolution side of that and what happens with the Great War, like it was very compelling. Like I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like I actually really enjoyed that whole arc more than anything else that I saw with it. I mean, there was some episodes that I can definitely say were just hilarious, and watching like Korvo and like Terry and Jesse and Yumyulack like interact and do different things, but nothing can be. Honestly, I'm gonna be very frank with y'all. Like if they decided to take the humans that are in the wall and just make a show where you never even interact at all with any of the aliens, and the aliens are just kind of in the back fold doing stuff, but the whole entire time you have a show just dedicated to how these humans are gonna go through this Game of Thrones process and like maneuver forward. Like I would watch it, bro. Like I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like it's funny, it's dark, it's real, it's visceral, and like one of the things I love about Rick and Morty is like the whole Citadel, the Ricks, the evil Morty. Like it definitely is on those same veins. Like that episode 7 to me was like a 10 out of 10 episode, and then some other episodes that revolved around that were definitely equally in measure to me. So I think that they got something really specific there. I hope they do go back to that within the second season. It definitely looks like there's a lot more to come. But at the same time, again, like the pupa is hilarious too. Like I love the pupa. I love literally watching the pupa just get off and just go and do its own thing. It's almost like a Maggie mixed with like a Stewie Griffin kind of character. but I really do enjoy it. As far as the season as a whole, I would leave it at like a 7 out of 10. I think I rested on average most of them between like 6.5 and upwards to a 10. So I think it did settle right around like a 7, 7.5. And I think that, again, I think that some people are going to really enjoy this, and some people are going to be like, it's okay. But I did find some enjoyable moments with this. So let me know what you thought in the comment section below. Definitely go and check out when it drops. Solar Opposites. It's going to be coming out May the 8th, this Friday. Alright guys, keep it locked. JVS, we ain't going to stop. I'm going to be releasing every single episode per episode with the review following this later on tomorrow, okay? Peace, guys.
Break every chain. Come on, Timothy. There is power.